All right, good Saturday evening, everybody. We are back, end of another week, and doing a little recap. I will probably use this in the thumbnail, and we'll get to that in a minute. But from last week, we talked about listing some of our cards. Some Drake May. Patriots have been on a tear. They won again this week. So we listed some Drake May. We did a honeycomb case hit of Hubbard, and then a little bit of Pokemon, and basically all of our absolute and prism quarterback rookies. So we're sending out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those sold. It's been fun seeing where they go to. Everyone loves their teams. So, the Bucky Irving card goes to Florida, and the Detroit card goes up to Michigan, and then quite a few cards out of California. So it's just fun seeing where everybody's from and how they just like their teams like I do, and they're ordering those cards. So that's been cool to see. First thing I wanted to ask was just how you guys store your cards. I store mine in my closet where it's temperature controlled, and I got a setup out here in the garage where I can do a bit more private, sorting and then looking. And what I've noticed is some of these penny sleeves are sticking to the card. And I don't know if it's moisture or humidity. I mean, we're out here in California, and I'm not sure if it's either the temperature or if it's the brand of penny sleeve. So I've been looking through a lot of these cards. I got boxes of these that are sleeved, and I don't know if it's this brand or Fanatics or Ultra Pro. I've used 3 or 4 different brands of these, and I haven't noticed it on all of them at all. I've just noticed it on a few. And so I'm wanting to pay attention to see if it's a certain brand that's sticking to the card. If you know what that is, let me know so I don't buy them again. It's not doing anything to the card. It's just annoying to get it in and out. And then I've just been re-sleeving the ones that I find that stick. So, it's not all of them. Like this one doesn't stick, but some of them are. So that was something I noticed. Where you guys store your cards, obviously inside is probably the best. I am noticing, so this is the top loaders and the penny sleeves are all exposed from the top. And I don't know if this is nitpicking or what, but you would think it would somehow be closed so that nothing could get in the top. And if they're in a box and there's a lid, obviously that's fine. I did see that they had these that fold over. I haven't used one of these yet because it seems extra, and getting in and out isn't something a short term that I want to use with these. But it doesn't make sense to me that everything is just open from the top. I mean, it just exposes the top of the card. What I was thinking was I got some of my old binders down, and the entire top row of that binder was discolored, whether it was brown or if it was dust. I mean, it just over time leaked into the top. So with a lid on a box, probably not a big deal, but I was just curious if anyone cares about that. Not a big deal. So this guy here, so like I was saying, I sold a lot of our base Prism Absolute. When I first got back into collecting cards, I just grabbed a random box. I mean, story time, I remember I walked into a Target for a Red Bull, and there was a giant line of people waiting for these Pokemon cards, and I'm not too interested. So after they all kind of went through the line, as I stood there and watched, I just picked up a blaster of Absolute to see what the football cards were like this year. For the first time. And I took it to the barber, went to go get a haircut. I opened it up, and there was a bunch of just base Absolute cards like normal, but there was a shiny card in there, and it said Kaboom on it. And so I texted it to my friend, and he was shocked like it was mine that I found it. So yeah, I hit a Kaboom in my first blaster out of Absolute. It's kind of what kicked it off, right? So opened up a lot of Absolute just to get a gist of cards and what was in there, and now I'm trying to sell them off dollar by dollar, and most of it is junk. It's not worth much. It's fun to see the players and the teams, but as far as a value proposition, it's just not there for Absolute, unless you hit a Kaboom. So I got that Kaboom, and it was my intro to grading. I stuck it in the car, went through the whole process online that night of figuring out how to grade it, got it sent in, Waited the 2 months for it to come back. I did it expedited. I did it a little more. I think I paid somewhere around $40 for it to get graded, and it came back as a 9. And the value at the time on a raw for a Malik Neighbors Kaboom was like $500 raw, and then in a 10 it was about $1,500. This was before he got hurt this year, obviously, and so to get a 9, it was the same value as a raw card. I mean, it was hovering in like the 590 range, so there wasn't really much value of it in the 9. And I was looking at the pop report, and I was like, these are almost all 10s. Why is mine a 9? And as I looked at it up close, I could see there was like a squiggly line that looked like a polyester fiber or something on the card, and I didn't inspect it or wipe it down good enough as my first card that I sent off. And that was tough, man. There was a lot of effort getting it sent in. There was a cost getting it sent in. I had to wait a long time to get it sent in. So to get a 9, to not see the value, and then to see that maybe with some extra care, I could have gotten that 10. So I decided I was gonna crack it open, wipe it off, get rid of that, and then send it back in and see if that was the difference in grading. So I did. So I cracked it open. These are really easy to open. I mean, a pair of pliers on the corner and a screwdriver, and you can pop these open pretty easy. So that wasn't too bad. But unfortunately, when I got it open and I went to wipe it down, it was not a fiber. It was a legitimate surface scratch that was on the front of the card. And I guess from when I handled it from the barber shop to go getting sleeves, there was a surface scratch on it, and that cost me, $1,000 in that card, because that was the only issue with it. So that was my intro, and it was a tough one. Condition is everything, and I learned that quickly in the biggest of ways. And I haven't found another Kaboom since, obviously. So that's why this one was cracked. That's why it's open. I learned my lesson on conditioning, and yeah. So that's where this came from. Now, as far as what I do with this, I just kind of keep it. I think you're supposed to get these removed, like the serial number. So if you guys know, if I could just send them an email and have them remove it from the pop report, that'll be nice. But yeah. So I am going to open this one for a little bit of childhood fun, because I do like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. These are the movie cards. You're looking at 1990. So let's see what that is. Card number 1. These pictures on these movie cards are hilarious. The quality of them. Got a Splinter. You got Shredder, the Evil Foot, Chief Stearns, the Vigilante. We need some turtles, man. There you go. Got a pizza party. There's Shredder. And it looks like our turtle is gonna be Michelangelo. So yeah. I did say the next video will be the PC, so I'll get that out here and kind of go through some of that. The Lakers game looks like they're destroying the Bucks, but I still got a lot to go through. I still got 2 big 5-row boxes that I got to get out and list. I'm gonna try and get my eBay store up to 250 listings. So I guess that was kind of the next point to that story, was that we started selling some of them on eBay, and right now we're up to almost $700 in sales off of what we pulled from our Prism, Absolute, little bit of Mosaic. And really most of it's carried just by the raw sale of that Kaboom. I mean, that one sold for $550 instantly. I just moved out of it raw. Never sent it back in with that scratch. Disclosed it in the sale, and it moved for $550 instantly. And then the poor guy got hurt, season-ending injury. So I am glad I got out of it, and hopefully the guy that picked it up had a plan. So yeah, eBay store at about 700. Gonna get it to 1,000, and kind of see where we're at. We do have all the receipts for everything that we're into it for that we got to tally up. So got some video ideas on tallying up the receipts, seeing what the return was, even with that big hit in there to save it. And then we're gonna move into some slightly older cards, and then some basketball also that I'll pull out. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good Saturday night. We got football tomorrow. The Niners are going to be playing the Cardinals. Brock Purdy is back, so it's going to be a sweet game of revenge for him. Just watch. 3 touchdowns, 2 to Kittle and 1 to McCaffrey. So yeah, I will see you guys next week. We'll list some more cards and kind of go over some of the details. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. I see you, Landon, in the comments. The channel's small, so we can definitely shout out all of our subscribers, show some love. So shout out to Landon in the comments. Definitely gonna get some of these different penny sleeves that have the corners cut out. I do penny sleeve pretty much everything just because of how cheap it is, and I feel like since condition is everything and it's kind of fun to go through it, I don't discriminate. So I got a lot of sleeved. If it's packed fresh, it goes in a sleeve and the condition kind of just can stay there. So I will see you guys next week. Good luck to all your teams.